Hey guys, this is Kerry, and in this video we're going to be learning how to create links on our webpage. So rather than start with the About Me page, I'm actually going to jump into a brand new file by pressing Command N. I'm going to save that file into my links and images folder. I'm just going to call it links.html. And I'm going to use the shortcut that we learned in class to generate the basic text to creating a web page. So I'm going to call this web page links, and let me just stick an h1 tag here, and I'll write links web page. So let's see, I've got that, and I'm going to open up my links web page in Chrome so that I can test it as we go along. All right, so we have our links web page open. The only thing displayed so far is an H1. So a really common thing on websites is to link from your website to other websites. So I'm going to start by creating a link to google.com, one of the most useful websites. So you might think that in order to link something, you could just use a link tag, but it turns out that that's not a tag from HTML. So the tag is actually A for a link. And the reason why it's A is it stands for an anchor. So what this is going to do is it's going to anchor our web page. It's going to connect our web page, kind of like an anchor from a boat to the bottom of the ocean. It's going to link our web page to a different web page. So inside of this link, we're going to put the text that gets displayed on our page. So maybe I'll just type this as Google with an exclamation point. So now when I save this and I refresh it, I've got the text Google on my page. But you'll notice that I can't click this. It's not a link. It doesn't work. And the reason why this doesn't work is I have to tell the anchor element where specifically to link me. So the way that I do that is I have to add an extra piece of information inside of the opening tag. So between the less than and the greater than, I'm going to put a space after the A. And I'm going to write the phrase HREF. This is called an attribute. And the reason why it's HREF is it's a hypertext reference, which sounds really complicated, but it's actually just the URL that I want to link to. So I have Google open over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the basic part of the Google link, and I'm going to paste that in right here. And this should link me whenever somebody clicks this Google text to whatever link I put here. They don't have to match. I could have put something else here, but let's see. So I'll save this web page. I'll refresh this one. And now the Google page, it's actually a link. So if I click it, it takes me to Google. All right, let's do another one of these. So I'm going to create a link to Wikipedia. So maybe I'll just call this one Wikipedia with like 7 exclamation points because it's so awesome. I'll save it and I'll refresh my page. So kind of unfortunately, it puts Google and Wikipedia right next to each other. And we can restyle that later, but I just want to work on creating the link now. So the Wikipedia text is not a link yet. I can click on it all I want and nothing happens. What I have to do is I have to add that href attribute. So just like before, I'll go inside of the opening tag and I'll type href equals. And then whatever I put in quotes here, this is the link to Wikipedia. So the easiest way for me to do this is I'll just search for Wikipedia over here. I'll click on Wikipedia and I'll grab the link from my URL bar. So I paste it in and I save it and I refresh it. And so now I have 2 separate links, even though they're side by side. If I click the Google one, it takes me to Google. If I click the Wikipedia one, it takes me to Wikipedia. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to address the fact that these are side by side. It looks pretty ugly. It makes a website hard to use. So I think maybe the best way to do this is to, instead of listing them side to side, is to actually make a list out of them. So I'm going to, down here, start to create an unordered list. My list is going to have 2 items. So I'll create that here and that here. So I want my first list item to actually be this link. So I'm going to take this link, I'm going to cut it using Command X, and I'm going to paste it inside of the 2 list item tags. And what this means is that my first list item is going to be the link that I just stuck in here. For the next one, I'm going to grab my other link, and I want this to be my next list item, so I'm going to paste that inside of this list item. Now if I save it and I refresh it, I have 2 list items, and those list items are each links. So I have Google, and if I go back, I can click Wikipedia, and that works. So let's do one more. So let's say I want to add Twitter to my list. I'm going to create the opening list tag and the closing list tag. Inside of that, I want to create a link. Links are created using the anchor tag. So now I've got my link inside of the list. This one is going to link me to Twitter, and I'm going to misspell it, but whatever you type here, it doesn't matter. That's just what appears on your page. So I've got my link to Twitter, and then I'm actually going to put in the href, and I think I know the Twitter one. So it's http://www.twitter.com. And as long as I put that link here inside of the quotes, it should take me to Twitter. So I'll save it, I'll refresh it, and voila, it takes me to Twitter. So that's how you create a link using HTML.